Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Here in Louisiana, we have a saying, we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And y'all, that could have a double meaning. In every bayou village and home we visited, we found one thing to be true. Although all of our dishes taste great, they're not all good for us. So my mission today is to take our time-honored recipes and make them a little healthier for us. I'm Chef John Folse. Welcome to Louisiana Cooking with a change of heart. All right, how y'all doing? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How you doing? Nice to see you, How are you? All right, mama. How you doing, babe? I gotta get. How y'all doing? Huh? Good. Y'all, hey, welcome to my home kitchen. It's so nice to have all of you here today, and I have to tell you that you're all here for one reason. This gorgeous Italian lady right here, Phyllis Fresina from Baton Rouge, and oh, I'm gonna throw Buster in too, y'all. Let's give Buster and Phyllis a hand. Y'all, as you know, the mission of this show is to take Louisiana's time-honored recipes and take them with all the fats and the sodiums and all the things that are really good tasting, and then for me to take them and try to modify them a little bit, but never change the flavor. I cannot people here hate bad food. They hate food that doesn't taste good, right? And y'all, diet is a 4-letter word in this kitchen. We don't diet here. We modify. So what I did, I went over to the Fresinas, and they gave me a tour of their beautiful little pasta shop in Baton Rouge, and I sampled the lasagna. So why don't y'all come along with us, see what I learned there that day, and I'm going to try to duplicate it. We had a great time, didn't we? Fresina's Pasta in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, owned and operated by my good friends Buster and Phyllis Fresina. Each day begins the same with 50-pound sacks of semolina poured into their 1920s pasta-making machine, one of the oldest in the United States. This old machine cranks out about 15 different varieties of pasta at about 250 pounds per hour using dyes such as this one, which makes capellini, better known as angel hair pasta. Once Tony, the Fresina's son, makes the pasta, he places it on broomsticks, which Buster then hangs for 2 to 2.5 days for curing and drying. This natural wooden chamber dries the pasta using wind and heat. When I think of Cajun cooking, I think of rice, but you know, Cajuns are eating a lot of pasta today. Do they like it as much as rice?
Of course they do. In fact, they like pasta more than they do.
Ah, that's a big statement.
It is, because you can fix pasta many ways, and it always comes out right.
Yeah, I think
you can't go wrong.
Versatility. I mean, I think that, you know, the more I read today about food, the more I read that Italian cooking continues to be the #1 ethnic cuisine. Is there more Italians here than anybody else, or what?
No, indeed, John. We have a lot of people that's from out of states coming here, all nationalities.
And
all pasta.
And they all love good pasta. And you know, I think Italian cooking also is so versatile. I mean, you got the eggplant, you got what, artichokes, olive oil. I mean, it really is a cuisine people love. Yeah, people really love it. Now, let me ask you a question. People are really concerned about making a mistake using pasta because there's so many different varieties. Can I make a lasagna with this solid pasta here, or would I be doing something wrong?
You can make a lasagna with any type of pasta. It doesn't matter, just so you got the right ingredients, you got it.
As long as the tomato sauce and the meat and everything is good, you're in good shape. Now, what are you cooking for me today?
Uncooked Elena Piccola lasagna.
So your famous lasagna.
My famous.
Well, I'll tell you, I can smell it, and I can't wait to taste it.
And Buster?
Boy,
He
that's
doesn't look
beautiful.
it. He don't like
If
it.
you don't like it, I'll show you, though.
Whoa. Get out of here, Buster. I know I'm gonna like this. Let me tell you something. Come on, Buster. Give me some room here.
It's hot.
Y'all, I had to do a little shopping before I left Fresina's. Their showroom is filled with everything from a variety of imported olive oils to homemade Italian tomato sauces. And every kind of pasta under the sun is right there. If it's Italian, you can find it here. Y'all, with hugs and kisses, we said ciao. But you know what? I knew full well it wouldn't be long before I visited again. Oh, y'all, what fantastic pasta and what great lasagna, too. And it's a pleasure when I have to get pasta to know exactly. I can walk into your store, and not only the assortment, but the quality of that pasta is incredible. Now, how long have y'all been doing pasta?
We're the third generation.
Third generation.
Third generation. Pasta's been in Fresina family since 1926.
Well, I tell you what, y'all do a darn good job of it, and don't stop. Don't stop, because hey, you're part of my success is that good pasta. Now, I know I have a lot of varieties of pasta here that y'all make, and I'm going to show folks about that in just one second. But I have another good friend of mine over here on this side of the table. I want to introduce Bobby and Marianne Freeman. Marianne, nice to have y'all here today.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.
We're
so excited.
Hey, y'all going to be my sous chef, too, today, because I'm going to hand food to the audience through y'all. You don't mind, huh?
No, we're good helpers.
Bobby, you put a bib on, Bobby. Y'all, the theme of our show today is Face the Fat. Face the fat. I said everything in moderation in life. Well, when you're trying to do some type of modification of diet, the worst thing we can do is try to cut back all the things that you think are bad for you, because you'll never last. You'll never make a lifestyle change. So what I've learned is the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you try to eat as healthy as you can by modifying the fats in your diet, the sodium, the sugar, and all of that. 20% of the time, stuff it in. Try to make up the 80, y'all. And you'll be in pretty good shape there. Well, the lasagna was spectacular. Great challenge. And I want to show everybody, first of all, the pasta, and then what makes mine different from yours. Right. So, Rex, let's take a look at this here. Look at all of the wonderful pastas. Now, this is the Elena Piccola right here. And that's what they made their lasagna with. But, of course, since I saw there was no fat or sodium in the recipe, I went ahead and took the big. You don't mind, Ms. Fresina, if I took the little one? I took the big pasta instead of the little, huh?
You go right ahead.
Yeah, I want more chewing here. But look at the angel hair. Now, this is whole wheat. Now, this is a whole wheat pasta. Y'all sell a lot of whole wheat, don't you?
That is correct.
You know, is it more
Right.
healthier for you?
It's supposed to be a health food.
What you mean supposed to be?
Well, that's what
I love this little rice. The little rice type. Now, this is a pasta that looks like rice. It's really
Pastorizo.
Pastorizo, y'all, really beautiful. So you can see all the pasta choices we have. Now, Rex, take a look at this platter right here, because this is the main difference in the pasta between the Fresinas and mine today. I'm using ground turkey. Phyllis used, you used beef.
Round.
You use ground round. I'm using ground turkey, and I'm using 6% fat ground beef. Of course, ground beef, you can get it 6, 8, 10, 12% less fat. So I'm using the ground turkey in this. Of course, I'm adding the beautiful tomatoes, the cheese, everything else that goes into it. Basil by the tons right there, y'all. And then, of course, this nice pasta that I have. Really, I poached it off already. Now, Rex, look in my pot right here. You have to take a look right in here. You get down in there. Stir that pot for me for a minute there. See that? Rex is stirring it. I like that. He gets it started for me. Y'all, Rex, what I want to show you, you see the turkey right here. See how nice and white this turkey it browns nicely, but look how lean, very little fat, about 2 tablespoons in the bottom of the pot. And right here is my 6% fat ground beef. Now I'm going to mix them together like this, because I don't want anybody to know, y'all, that I have lean meat in here. I don't tell people, come to my house, we eat a little fat, y'all. come on, give me a break. What I do is I tell them, come to my home, we're going to eat. And they say, oh, and they call their neighbors and say, hey, you know, I'm going to John Folse's house today to eat. We're going to eat great. And then I serve them this, and they think it's just fabulous, because it is, right? So anyway, we're going to, that's right, I'm Mary Ann. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I see all the weight you and I lost eating here, huh? So y'all, now I'm going to go ahead and stir fry this. Y'all, I wanted to show you because this is dramatic. That's the amount of fat that was removed by cooking with the lean meat versus had I used the ground beef.
Wow.
This is how much fat came out of this recipe by using the ground turkey. I just cooked it so you could see the difference. Imagine this is going right in here, and what goes in here, you live with the rest of your life, huh? Whether you admit it or not. Now, Rex, into this a little onions, because when I modify, I pile on the good stuff. I pile on all the good stuff, y'all. And Phyllis, let me tell you, garlic, I love garlic, and a lot of it, huh? Y'all like garlic too. Everybody loves a lot of garlic in an Italian cooking. I think every culture loves garlic, but especially the Italians. And y'all, I should mention that with the lean ground beef, the turkey, and of course I'm using a skimmed milk ricotta, I've cut the fat over 40% in this recipe. And by using the cheese, the low-fat cheese, I've cut the sodium 68%. 68%, y'all, in this. But look how gorgeous this is. You see that? Look at the colors. It looks like confetti. It looks like Mardi Gras in this pot, y'all. Look at that. Really, really beautiful. Now, I'm going to throw in a little extra granulated garlic. You put granulated garlic in your recipe. Do you think it's just, what, more potent, or?
Yeah, I just give it a little more flavor.
Just a little more flavor. Buster, do you hand that, show us that dye right there. That's the Elena Piccola dye. Now, that's the dyes that all the pasta is extruded through, right?
That's correct.
And explain that. Explain that. How many?
This is the Elena Piccola. There's a little thin lasagna. This dye. Every pasta has its own plate. Dye, as they call it.
Right.
To make the shape of the pasta.
Right, and it's extruded through there.
Extruded through here,
right,
and it comes out here the shape.
Now those are real old dyes, huh? Because that machine of yours is
over 100 years old, maybe older.
See what I love about Italy, y'all? Culture, tradition. You know, they're not going to throw away a 100-year-old dye. No. Huh? That becomes a family heirloom. You know what I mean? And I see your son back there, Tony, in the audience. I know he's the pasta maker, and he's sitting back there at the table. Tony, great job you do on this pasta. Really, really nice, huh? So now y'all have added the mushrooms to it. Now look at here. Tomato paste, low sodium. Low sodium tomato paste. I told you I cut 68% of the salt out of this recipe. Now, of course, everybody loves salt, right? Everybody likes salt, and everybody wants to put more. You go to the tables, you start shaking the salt shaker before you even taste the food, because everybody thinks they want more salt. You know what? With all of the wonderful flavors in this pot, the garlic, the onions, the celery, the mushrooms, give God a chance in here. You know, let all the natural ingredients start to flavor the pot a little bit. I'm going to add again a low sodium tomato paste right into that. See all those wonderful flavors? This is pretty much like yours, except for the meat, right?
Except for the meat.
Except for the meat, except for that 40% fat.
Right.
You know what I mean, Phyllis? The only difference between mine and yours is fat. Huh? But I tell you what, I love that fat you serve over there. Now, look at this, y'all. That lasagna sauce coming together real nice. Now, I'm going to add fresh basil, thyme, and oregano, because when you're taking fat out of a dish, add more flavor, y'all. Add that flavor down into the pot right there. Some nice fresh parsley. Now, you would cook this, y'all, for about, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes or so, stirring it around. Now, one of the unique things you do, you add the cheese right to the sauce.
To the pasta.
Right to the you add it to
sauce, the pasta, and then the cheese.
Then the cheese. So this is kind of swirled through here, and then once this is all in, now for seasoning, y'all, how much pepper to taste? How much pepper you like? I don't know. Pile it on. Do whatever you want to do. Again, hey, no fat or sodium in pepper. You know what I mean? And if you make it hot enough, nobody will even know the salt's missing, huh? Okay? And a little low salt, little salt substitute here, y'all. Now, I also like, when I'm using salt substitute, I like to add it to the dish after it's cooked too, just on the top. So let's say that this is all cooked. Let's say this has been going for a little while here and this is all done. I would add, now do you add your spinach to it or do you put it on top of the pasta?
Put it on top of the pasta.
I'm gonna add a little bit to it. I have to do a lot to change your recipe, so I'm adding a little bit to it here. Okay, now what she does, which is great, you always put the first sauce on the bottom. Everybody does that. I think everybody does that. Don't y'all put the sauce on the bottom of the lasagna first? Sure. So I'm going to add a little bit in there like this and just kind of smooth that around. Now, Rex, I'm going to grab some nice pasta. I have the pasta. I use the large sheets of pasta. It's already poached, just a couple of minutes. Your pasta cooks real fast, too. Oh, look how gorgeous that is. Just layer it right down on there. And I think you know exactly what needs to be done here. You have the wonderful cheese. You all know how that's done, huh? Right. Just kind of layer it down in there like that. The more the merrier. Oh, the more the merrier. Now, of course, I'm using low fat. This is a skim milk ricotta right here. Skim milk ricotta. Just kind of put it down in there. And again, please don't go shouting that you did this. You know? Nobody will know. Believe me when I tell you that. Nobody will know. And then I'm going to add, I got to put my spinach. And you can use fresh spinach leaves. I also like to throw some fresh basil leaves in here too, y'all, right on top of this. Put some fresh basil. And then you just continue the process. You know how that's done. I don't have to continue this. Just keep going. And then when you get to the top, let's say this is the top layer. Oh, y'all, the mozzarella. Macacuzza bella. Who's that old chef who used to sing Italian all the time? You're my pizza pie with extra mozzarella. All right, y'all. So that's that. Rex, I'm going to move this out of the way. We don't need that anymore. And let me have your pasta, because you brought me a pan, right?
There you go.
Oh, you see, I look. Here you go. Here you go. Huh? You're just trying to add flavor by adding weight. Now, look at mine right here, y'all. This is really, I'm going to put it right next to mine, right there. And I'm going to grab a plate. And look, I even got one of the little plates with some Italians on it. And I'm going to just take some of this out of here. Oh, looks wonderful. Oh, I tell you, I hate to give it to you, Miss Fresina. Huh? You might, huh? There you go. Right there. That's a good one. And I'm going to give Mary Ann one right here. And y'all share now. Y'all share. I'm going to give you another little taste. And y'all, if you want to, tear a piece of basil right out of the flower pot. Throw it on the...
I'll share.
Yeah, y'all share. Pass that back. And Bobby, I want you to do me a favor here. Here's some plates, and here's the lasagna. You know what I mean? Absolutely serve it. Just take it. Just serve about 3 or 4 plates right there. Any questions, y'all, about the lasagna, Miss? I have. Buster. Taste it and let me know what y'all think. This is low fat. Remember, 40% of the fat out of there, 67% of the sodium. Huh?
Incredible.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm not doing a thing.
It is great.
Huh? It's not.
No,
it's
fabulous.
It's great.
Baby, if it's next to yours, I've succeeded.
It is fabulous.
Okay, y'all. The next thing I want to do. Let me get some of this out of the way here. The next thing I have to do is a great dish. And Rex, take a look at this. Look at my gorgeous eggplant, y'all, because this is a magnificent dish. I'm doing some fantastic eggplant that, this is a carbonata. And I should mention that, that the eggplant carbonata has been around for a long, long time. And I'm going to make, how long? Well, probably since the time of Christ, people have been cooking vegetables in the Mediterranean with olives and olive oil and all that. Nobody really knows how long. Since olives are a major part of this recipe, I should mention 800 million olive trees in the world, y'all. Most of them, 95% of them in the Mediterranean. And olive oil, now I heard a great story I have to tell you about this. It's said, Mary Ann, that in the Garden of Eden, Adam was having pain, so he knelt down and said to God, I'm having pain. He sent the angel Gabriel down with an olive tree. And from that time on, all Italians have associated olives and olive oil with good health and pain relief. Is that a true story?
That's a true story.
That's a true story. See, I told you that. Okay, y'all, into my pot, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, y'all. Eggplant Caponata. Now, look what I'm going to start with here. Slivered garlic right into the pot. Into this, a little bit onions. Oh, I tell you, you're going to love this recipe. Carbonara, just a really good, and you can make it with any vegetables. I'm making it with eggplant. A little bit, you notice all of the array of vegetables I'm putting in here, y'all? Everything you can imagine in that olive oil. Now, I've taken my eggplant. You just saw all those gorgeous eggplants. I've taken them and I've poached them. And Rex, I want you to take a look at this, because here's my poached eggplant. I peeled them, diced them, and poached them in a little low-sodium chicken stock, y'all. And by cutting the olive oil in this recipe in half, I've cut the fat by 66%. 66%, because olive oil and olives are fattening. Don't think they're not. So, with that right there, for the carbonara, I start to saute this. Now, y'all, look again. I have a great low-sodium tomato paste. Why so much tomato paste in Italian cooking as opposed to tomato sauce? Anybody know it? Huh? Tomato
thickens.
Just for the thickening. That's the root of Italian cooking, y'all.
Like the flour.
That's the root. Now, I'll tell you what else I'm doing here. I'm sauteing my tomato paste in my olive oil and seasonings, y'all, for just a second to kind of cook that tomato paste for a minute for this carbonara. Now, I could use any low-sodium tomato sauce, but you know what I have here? Homemade tomato sauce. See my basil in here? I know there's no salt in it. You can get low sodium. I just happen to make this one myself. So I'm going to pour it right down there. Watch that big leaf come out there. Oh, look at you talk about flavor. And y'all, I make this with Creole tomatoes. And y'all, while this is simmering around here, I'm going to add to this my eggplant. I think you get the idea. I would let this cook a little while. Add the eggplant. Add the olives, y'all. This gorgeous black olives right there. Green olives right next to it. This is a sweet and sour. Did you know that carbonara is a sweet and sour? So we're putting a red wine vinegar. We're putting sugar into it. And the secret to a good carbonara is just allowing it to cook. A half a cup of sugar, basil and thyme and oregano. You notice that? All the same good seasonings. A salt substitute. Stir it around, y'all. Get all of this mixing together. Once it comes back to a simmer, turn it down to low, and I'll cook this for about an hour and a half. And again, you can add squash to it or anything else. And Rex, if we walk down to the other end, I think we have a nice big bowl of it. I want to show people what this looks like after it's done. Take a look at this right here, y'all. My carbonara, and it's cooked, as I said, for about an hour and a half. Really, really nice. Bob, I gotta send some of this. This is a nice sweet and sour right here. I'm gonna put it right on the side of my little birds. Right there, I'm gonna put a nice couple little croutons. Send one of those back right there. I'm gonna do another one right here. This is beautiful. The eggplant carbonara, y'all. Half a cup of olive oil. Again, 66%. You got that right. 66% fat removed from this dish. I gotta send this down here. You take that, babe. All right, now a couple of other quick dishes, y'all. I want you to look at my Italian bread right here. The Italian bread. This is the wonderful ciabatta, and this is the muffalata loaf, but this is made with vegetable oil versus shortening or lard, so needless to say, there's no saturated fat. Now, of course, to dip your bread in a little extra virgin olive oil. Bobby, I hear you foaming at the mouth right there. I'm going to mix all of that together right here. Oh, I'm going to give it to you right here, Bobby, and you can take it and go ahead and dip some bread in. Here's a loaf of bread. Dip it, absolutely. Look at the blackberry pinwheels here, y'all. I'm putting a little fresh blackberry pinwheels, of course, with a lot of powdered sugar just for Rex right there. And y'all, the light margarine, evaporated skim milk, egg substitute, in any fruit in the world, 77% less fat in that dish. Who says Mama Fresina's cooking can't be healthy? Nobody. I say it can. Y'all, thanks so much. And look, I love this beautiful picture. In fact, I'm going to serve everybody this nice little plate.
Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a Southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Something old and something new, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $29.95. This companion book to the television series features over 150 recipes. To order, please call 1-800-973-7246 or send check or money order to the address shown on your screen. A Taste of Louisiana, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $19.95. This VHS video contains one episode of Chef John Folse's new television series. Please send check or money order to the address on your screen and mention the show number with your order.